Gorowaj ngayawaj nganji ambina nani. Ana umaina nyena coronavirus yaku nija COVID-19. Ana nana udangur kumaina anu muaj. Ana imbaj ware ana Northern Territory uyamana NT ware ankuburang ana da nana udangur kuwari. Ijaj maji ban bina maji ana bani payari la a clinic uyambina yi.
Hi there YouTube, Music Library here. We're at Groote Eylandt where we left off before, parked the aeroplane, and we'll be flying a couple of airports today. The intention was to fly off out of Groote Eylandt to a little tiny airstrip at a place called Walker River. We've already flown over it twice actually on the way through, but there is a tiny airfield right here that we'll visit. And then we'll depart again and head on out to Lake Evella. Now Lake Evella was where I was intending to finish the flight today. And I was just reading through this and it says overnight parking is not available for aircraft. So we won't be stopping off at Lake Evella. We'll stop and have a look around. But we can't park the aeroplane overnight, so we'll have to continue onwards. And we're going to Ramingining. Now Ramingining is a security controlled airport and we can park there. Downside, telephone service is not available, so the mobile phone will essentially be useless. Aerodrome approach and lighting. Emergency only and activation by phone. Now do you see any issues here? You can't actually use a telephone at the airfield. The only way to activate the lighting is by using a telephone that you can't use. Alright, CTAF is 127.5 and yeah. So essentially we are going to fly through Lake Evella. We're going to touch down, we're going to have a look around the airfield and then we'll just have to take off again. So out of Groote Eylandt we're going to fly up to what's this place called again? Walker River, which is essentially over Bickerton Island where we were before, and then up into Walker River. We'll just spot for the river inside the bay there. Once we do the landing, walk around and get back in, we'll head up to Lake Evella, walk around there as well, and then up to Ramingining. Hello to Lachlan, David Hancock's, the toilet inspector, and Lachlan. So here we are at Groote Eylandt Airport. Groote means big in kind of an older dialect of Dutch. Eylandt is island. Groote Eylandt Airport. Big island airport. There's the airport bus. Rubbish bins right here with a recycle right next to it. The airport entrance. This is a wonderfully, not air conditioned, outside, probably get wet if it's raining hard kind of airfield. There's the main ticket desk. They're closed at the moment. You've multiplied apparently. Okay. Here is the dunny. Go in there if you need it. Now I'm told that these little handprint things are actually at the real airport, along with these rather hard metal benches. You've had a big day, have you? Or Groote day? I am Groote. So there we go. Groote Eylandt. All of these, murals, signs and everything are part of the real airport if you ever go up there, including the Air North sticker. And you can just sit here and wait for the plane to come in. Speaking of planes, I believe that's Lachlan over there in his Not an Extra. I said your name twice, did I? Funny. Just means you're twice as important as anyone else. Right, we're just going to walk over to the plane. We're going to order some fuel. Now, according to the thing here, you can order the fuel on Mondays through to Fridays between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Currently, you're looking at about actually, different time zone. It is 3 o'clock, 3:05 in the afternoon here in the Northern Territory. So we've got plenty of time to call these guys on the phone, and they'll come over here and get our airplane refueled. In the real world, I've got helicopters doing circles above Broadmeadows at the moment. Second day in a row they've been doing that. Don't know why. Maybe they're hunting down all those coronavirus people. Yes, I do have a P40, but I haven't adjusted my rules, have I? I have to add a rule or custom set, and I don't know how to do that. It's basically what the option is to change what other people look like on vPilot. You click on custom rules and then you do something in here. And there's some custom rule sets, which are, I'm assuming, files of some sort. Or you can click on advanced and insert words here. So without having those words or here to thing, I'm not able to change what anyone appears as, apart from the default. Anyhow, here is our aircraft. Opening up the door. Cool. Oh, I definitely need to. Anyway, there's your red and yellow extra 300 over there. Hope you enjoy it. Yep, that's definitely not a Spitfire. QFA Evella, g'day. Alrighty, we'll start to remove a few things here. I'm just going to make a phone call to the refueler. Wait a second. Hello there, refuelers at Groote. Yep, we're the Vtail Bonanza on the GA apron, requesting some avgas. Thank you. I'll be over here shortly. So this one doesn't have a Bowser in the scenery, so we'll need to request the fuel to come over as a truck. While he pops over, we will make sure that we don't have anybody on board the airplane. And we'll use this time to pulled some tie downs and chocks and stuff. Hi there, sir. We'll like full tank stacks. Tie downs off. Here we go. Bog roll. Okay, the pitot cover can go off. Just having to keep him a bit longer than that. Yep, that was a week ago in Queensland. A toilet truck, or a truck carrying toilet paper, caught on fire, and all of our precious toilet paper went away. Off they go. Hey, Red 997, g'day. Alrighty, let's jump on and do our before flight checks. Battery in, down go the flaps. Flaps are sorted. Get some of this air going at us, that's nice. Okay, first things first, flaps. Flaps are looking okay. That's fine. In the tip tank. We asked for that to fill it up. Come on. So the main reason for the full tanks is we can't actually refuel until we hit tomorrow, like next flight we do on Friday. So what place is that? That is Maningrida. So we've got to fly it's called again Walker. Going to fly from Groote Eylandt to Walker River up to Lake Evella, up to Ramingining, kind of stay there for a while, and then fly to Melangimbi and Maningrida before we can refuel again. And from Maningrida we have to fly to just past Groote Eylandt, a little piece up here called Seven Spirit Bay, and from there we'll head on down into Darwin. Okay, that's all fuel. Chocks are away. Wonderfully full fuel tanks. Yep, nozzle looks okay. Three-prong propeller looking good. There's the oil, and I was suggesting to put some oil in right about now, so we'll do that. Cool, 9 quarts. Fuel drain looks fine. Plenty of it. Stick the fuel back into the tank because there wasn't any water in there. Tie downs and chocks are off. Angle of attack sensor. The stall indicator, I should say. Where are you getting 127 and 1.5 from? CTAF at Groote Eylandt is 126.0. And at Lake Evella, it's 127.15. And at Ramingining, it is 127.5. And I will be using those frequencies. I will be monitoring 122.8 on text only. So good. Static. Okay then. Yep, a little bit of tug on the trim. Checking all those out. There we go. Okay, the booties are locked and we'll jump back in. Cool, so we have full tanks. Gotta open the window here. Let's have a look at the weather. So Groote Eylandt. TAF, and we'll take the meta actually. Auto 100 at 13 knots, so that's an east wind. Light rain, scattered 2,600, scattered 5,000, so we're going to be cruising at 1,500 to 2,000 feet. Temperature 26, not too bad, and a 1009er. Good-o. Checklist. Yeah, lean on the ground, all good. Pre-flight complete, passengers briefed. Alright, you have shoulder straps. The first thing we're going to be doing is flying out over some water. So just make sure that your life jacket is securely fastened around your waist but not inflated. These are pop-out inflatables, so if we do need to ditch in the sea, we'll ask you to take your headset off, put the you essentially rip open the content of your life jacket, place it over the top of your head so that your neck is inside, and then wait until you're outside the door before you give a good jab on that toggle, and that'll open up the air compressor. If we do need to evacuate the aeroplane, it'll be outside the one and only door that we have, and we walk down towards the back of the aeroplane. Seatbelts and shoulder harnesses are on. Radio's off. Electrical switches are off. Autopilot off, rotating beacon is in. And fuel selector. Set to the left main tank. Gear switch is down. Okay, mixer start. Mixer rich, prop full, throttle full. Batteries and switches on. We'll run through the next few things beforehand. Check gear, auxiliary pump, throttle, and then we can start. Okay, looking around us, there's no one around. Clipper up. Nice, easy start today. I like it. Avionics in.
System test okay.
Alright, we'll chuck in Bickerton, and after that we don't have a position for the next airfield, so we'll just have to visually fly over there. I kind of know where it is. Just need to look for the river. I would have thought that was there. Alright, we're flying the entire thing. VFR, no autopilot. Out we go. There's Bickerton, and the river that we're looking for is just on that inlet there. Okay, we're going to lean out our mixture. Sorted. Check it up. 126.0, Groote Eylandt. And we're ready to start moving soon. Flaps coming up. Take them up to 10. We could be fully up today. Got a long enough runway. Let's do it. All stations, Groote Eylandt, India Lima Tango is a Beechcraft Vtail Bonanza at the GA apron. We'll be taxiing out towards Groote Eylandt runway 10, departure left downwind. Groote Eylandt traffic. Okay, let's see what's behind us. There's no one next to us, so we'll taxi out and position our tail towards the back here, do the run-ups. Okay, mixture fully rich. Checking, we are in the greens. Cylinder temperature's not quite there yet. Oil temperature's not quite there yet. We'll have to continue warming it up. I'm going to move up to about 1500 RPM on the tacho. Still waiting for that oil temperature to increase. Do a couple of sundry items while we are here and waiting. Controls clear and correct. Amateur is in the plus. Mixtures leaned out. Avionics are in and ready. Cowling flap is open.
Mike Echo, Comanche, taxis runway 10 for departure to the west, traffic Groote Eylandt.
Transponder is set, altimeter is set, battery green. Just on the yellow now. We'll pick up the ATIS while we wait.
Automated Weather Information Service, Groote Eylandt Airport. Time 0554 Zulu. Wind 100 degrees magnetic at 7 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Present weather. No significant weather. Clouds scattered 5,700 feet. Temperature 27. Dew point 24. QNH 1008 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Automated Weather Information Service, Groote Eylandt Airport. Time 0554 Zulu. Wind 100 degrees magnetic at 7 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Present weather. No.
Cool. We are good to go. We're above oil temperature yellow now. Oh, it's 2000 RPM. It's 1800. 18 it is, sitting. Good. Magnetos to the left. Good. Magnetos to the right. Good. Prop RPM. Happy with all that stuff. Drop it down to idle. Back to 1000. Lean it off to about half and we'll continue out. Traffic Groote Eylandt. India Lima Tango is entering a runway 10 to backtrack. So just a review of what happened there. We were in position ready to do the run-ups, but we didn't actually have oil temperature above the minimum required to go above 1500 RPM, so we didn't. Thank you to this toilet inspector for the $10. Kind donation in these trying times.
Traffic Groote Eylandt, Fortress 3 is a Supermarine Spitfire. Taxi to runway 10 for departure to the west.
Let's just check our heading. Trying 275. Correct. Let's get all the lights on. Okay, we'll take off. The one-up check is completed. Before takeoff, controls free and correct. Fuel selectors on the desired tank. Fuel pump is off for the takeoff. Mixture is fully rich. Will be in a minute. Prop fully in, correct. Engine gauges check once we're on the runway, facing the right direction. Flaps will be up for this takeoff, and our rotate speed at 80 knots. Cowl flaps are open, doors and windows are secure. Checklist complete. let's go. Traffic Groote Eylandt, India Lima Tango is rolling runway 10 on the left-hand downwind. There's 80. Landing coming up. Start ourselves at 100 knots on the climb. Gear up and locked.
Groote Eylandt, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche enters and backtracks runway 10, traffic Groote Eylandt.
500 feet. Starting the turn now. Prop RPM come down to 2500. Mixture. Okay, island in front. We'll continue up to about 2,000. I think the cloud is about 2,500-ish, give or take. Takeoff completed, climb check, fuel pressures checked. 2,500 RPM, we're going to reduce it further down to 24. Set. And the best rate of climb was 96.
Traffic Groote Eylandt, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, rolls runway 10 for a downwind departure, traffic Groote Eylandt.
Cruise, car flaps closed, power is set, and RPM set 2,400. We'll take it down to 2,300. Yeah, I made a taxi call. That's the very first call I did. The fact that I sat on the holding point for an extra 3 minutes, notwithstanding. But then I made an entry call into the runway as well. And then I made a takeoff call. If you're not listening to the frequency, I can't help.
Traffic Groote Eylandt, Fortis 3 is entering runway 10 for backtrack.
Traffic Groote Eylandt, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, position 1 nautical mile to the northwest, positioning chrono, their departure to the west.
Alrighty, let's swap the tanks around. Pump is off. QF aviator and its weird X-plane thing that doesn't transmit. Funny. time to lean out properly. About halfway there. Let's go slightly to the ridge so we know where we are. Pick up that wing that we dropped.
November 45 X-ray Sierra, how do you read?
25.
555.
Yes, finally.
I think that's the peak. Yep, came back down. I could hear it in the engine note. We'll readjust back to just slightly richer peak, and we're good. Traffic at Groote Eylandt, India Lima Tango is flying overhead field at 2,000 feet. And currently 5 miles to the east. Traffic bigger. Tim Burnett, that's up to you. We have a simulator that is probably coming next year.
Is departing runway 10.
X-plane and P3D. That'll be one of them.
Traffic Groote Eylandt.
I'm enjoying P3D. Seems to work out pretty well for me, but then I've got a lot of add-ons invested in this as well. So I purchased P3D, and then without even flying it once, I immediately started downloading the OBS scenery. And I think the very first aeroplane that I installed would have been one of the PMDG planes, maybe the triple.
Groote Eylandt traffic, November 45 X-ray Sierra, backtracking for runway 10.
So we're maintaining 2,000 feet. The guys, if there's anyone down there at Groote Eylandt, they'll be at 1,000 feet on the downwind, which would be right where we are now. So it'd be stacked 1,000 feet above it. There's Wickedon, where we went the other day. Yep, P3D has far more add-ons than X-plane. That tends to be the case. Anyhow, that's Wickedon, and this is the kind of point that we want to follow around. Edge of the bay.
Groote Eylandt traffic, November 45 X-ray Sierra, taking off runway 10, left downwind departure.
Yep, I reckon P3D is worth the investment, but then again, looking at the new flight sim that's going to be coming out towards the end of the year or into next year, that looks spectacular. Just looks spectacular. In fact, when we finally get maybe 1 or 2 good add-ons from A2A, I'm going to be doing the around Australia tour once again, possibly in the reverse direction that I'm doing it now. Start off in Melbourne and head out to South Australia,
Traffic
Tasmania.
Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, position 5 nautical
I think it's Melbourne, Tasmania, Melbourne, South Australia, Western Australia, Northern Territory, Queensland, New South Wales, ACT, New South Wales, Victoria. Might have different airports, might have similar airports. I'm certain I'll be going off to Groote Eylandt at some point during that tour. Any of the other airfields, we'll see how it goes. I agree, MF. The 2020 tour will be absolutely intense. I've seen some of those photoreal sceneries. They're essentially complete, proper mapped sceneries, photoreal of the entire planet. So details like that in this scenery are kind of, you know, average. This is land class. But if it's a complete satellite photo, yeah, that's going to be amazing. Yeah, there is an event. It's called Me Flying on YouTube. That's the event that we are currently in. The musical aviator flying GA around Australia. It's not meant to be an event. And up until the point where we hit kind of very far north Queensland, it wasn't an event. No one else was flying with me. But we seem to have picked up Lachlan and QF Aviator and a few other people that are now tag-alongs permanently. Not an official event, no air traffic controllers, just, you know, people on the stream. Okay, the airstrip that we're flying to now, which is Walker River, is essentially just a campsite for anybody that has enough money to get here. Only charters out to this airfield. This here is called Blue Mud Bay. Blue Mud Bay right next to us there. Maintain 1500. We are going to have to do a precautionary search and landing because, you know, nothing much in the way of infrastructure up here. Further up north, I'm seeing a lot of rain on the weather radar. There's a bit of rain down here, in fact, but certainly up north, heading into Lake Evella, it's going to be tough to maintain VFR at some points, I suspect. Yeah, I've got the old life jacket on between our legs. Some of those pullover ones. You leave it in your lap unless you're actually going to use it. When you are going to use it, you take your headset off.
Traffic Bickerton Fortress 3 is 5 miles to the southeast of the field. We'll be transiting overhead in a northwesterly direction. Traffic Bickerton.
WRV, there it is. About 15 miles out from that position. Our ground speed currently 170. Distance over speed. equals time in hours, times that by 60, gives you minutes. We're 5 minutes out. Current time 16, time on station will be 20. 21. Traffic Walker River, India Lima Tango is a Beechcraft Bonanza, 1,700 on descent to 1,000 feet. Will be inbound for precautionary touch and goes at Walker River, time 21. And we'll be using runway 09. Okay, we're going to pass the river and then cut on inland. Got the runway.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo is a Comanche position, 12 nautical miles to the southeast, 2,000 feet, short notice.
Yeah, power coming down, Mr. Fully Rich, prop fully forward.
Overhead the field, inbound for a touch and go.
And slow down to 100 knots. Traffic Walker River, India Lima Tango is overhead the river, positioning for downwind runway 09. Touch and go. Chuck 09. I think it's 10, isn't it? Just like Groote. Right, on the downwind, there's 1,000 feet. Gear at 154 knots, well below that. Gear coming down. Gear down. Brakes are released. Undercarriage is down. Mixture fully rich. Prop is fully forward. Fuel pumps are off.
Traffic. Walker River, Fortress 3 Spitfire is inbound
Instrument set
from the
and
southeast
seats and houses are secure.
1,800 on descent to 1,400 goes Traffic Walker River.
Right, we're going to descend down to 300 feet and then we'll pass over to the ever so slightly right of the runway at 80 knots. Traffic Walk River, India Lima Tango is turning base, runway 09. There's a little bit of wetness on the windscreen. Flaps 10. Make it 20, and 20 will be final flap for this one. Set. Traffic Walker Riviera near Lima Tango, turning final, runway 09. As I said, ever so slightly to the left.
River, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, position 3 nautical miles to the southeast, maintaining 1,900 over in the field.
500.
Until India Lima Tango's airworks complete. Number 2, traffic, Walker River.
Okay, the 5S's. Slope looks good. The approach setting is okay. Civilization, I've got that thing over there and a little bit of homestead. Size is the main thing that we need to check. Width is okay. Overshoot is okay. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. 900, 1000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and I wouldn't want to use that part of the runway. So it's 18 seconds long, let's go back around. Traffic Walk River, India Lima Tango is going around runway 09. Gear coming up, flaps coming up. 800, turning onto the crosswind. Walk River traffic, India Lima Tango turning crosswind.
Traffic, Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, over in the field, maintaining 1,900. Number 2 for touch and go up there, work traffic, Walker River.
India Lima Tango 4-3, just a question. I've not been in this position before. Do I still need to do the precautionary search even though you've just done it? Or can I just do the touch and go as normal?
If you see me land and not crash, then feel free. It's one of the things I did on surroundings. If there's another aeroplane there, then if you crash your airplane, you can always steal that one.
I called dibs on it first.
Traffic Walker River, India Lima Tango is downwind to runway 09. Kill. We'll pull her back. Gear coming down. Brakes are released, undercarriage is down, a mixture fully rich, prop is fully forward, pump is off, seats, harnesses are secure. Traffic Walk River, India Lima Tango, turning base, runway 09.
Traffic Walker River 4-3 is downwind runway 09.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo, looks like it's my turn. We'll be descending on the dead side to 1,500 from Midfield crosswind join on runway 090, number 3, Traffic Walker River.
Bit more flaps. The airport's in the shadow of cloud right now. That's annoying. It's getting wet as well. Let's get all the flaps. Check that speed. Full flap.
500.
Traffic Walker River, India Lima Tango, final runway 09. Yeah, it's about 200 AUD. Something in that range. Unless you're a student or a teacher, in which case you're an academic. Okay, that's 300. Careful of the trees.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo Comanche, over at the field or just north of it. Descending through 1,200 from 1,000 midfield crosswind join runway 090, Traffic Walker
Bit of a
River.
bounce.
Traffic Walker River, Fortis 3 is turning base runway 09. Traffic Walker River.
Traffic Walker River, November 45 X-ray Sierra on downwind runway 09.
And November 45, give us in sight, Sierra Mike Echo. We're about mid downwind now, 1,000 feet.
Yes we do. I'll
Thank you
move
very
for you.
Traffic Walker River, India Lima Tango vacated. Flaps are up. Mixture is leaned up. Cow flap is
Traffic
closed.
Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo Comanche, turns base runway 090, Traffic Walker River.
Traffic Walker River, Fortis 3 turns final runway 09. Traffic Walker River.
And Sierra Mike Echo, we're going to go around. I think we turned final a bit too soon. We'll be positioning for an overhead for another midfield crosswind join runway 09, Traffic Walker River.
I think it's more me at fault for being a bit too long since I don't have any computers in a Spitfire, but fair enough. We're on short final runway 09, Fortis 3, Traffic Walker River.
That looked like a go around.
And Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo over at the field, 1,500 on descend 1,000 from midfield crosswind join runway 09, Traffic Walker River.
Traffic.
Come to stop here. Parking brake on.
Walker River traffic, November 45 X-ray Sierra turning base runway 09.
There's the truck. That side. It's meant to be a
Traffic
thing.
Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo Comanche joins downwind runway 09, touch and go, Traffic Walker River.
Yeah, it's up near the truck. Other side of the runway.
Traffic Walker
Let's go
River,
up.
Fortis 3 is vacated.
Traffic Walker River, November 45 X-ray Sierra on final runway 09.
That's a very wide final.
Yes.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo, turns base, runway 09, Walker River.
House. That's, I think, where we're going over there.
November 45 Extra Sierra.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, on final, runway 09, Traffic Walker River.
Back for the U-turn here.
Traffic.
There we go. We'll cross over. Traffic in the Limitago crossing runway 09.
Oh, is that where the parking is?
Yep.
You sent all of us down the other end of the runway.
I just followed you, Lockheed.
And I followed Trent. I was very confused when he turned around and started coming back.
Yeah, me too.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche on downwind, runway 09, touch and go, Traffic Walker River.
Traffic Walker River.
Do you want to shut it down, or
runway 09?
we
Traffic
okay with
Walker
what we're
River.
saying? Yeah, let's shut it down. Won't take long. Meet the truck. Alrighty. Somebody's Toyota Ute here. I can't tell. Is that a Northern Territory license plate or a Queensland one? Looks like a Queensland one to me. Bit of a dirty truck as well. Couple of random spare tyres. house down that way, a fair way. Cool. Random bin to burn. Make a bit of bonfire in there, and then you can land at night. Kind of. Well, that's Walker River. Let's jump back in. Cool. Well, Lake Evella is our next destination. Let's close that door. Clear for up. Beautiful engine start. We'll definitely need some flap for this one. Flaps 10 set. I'll even go flap 15 as a sneak. Should be the nearest, I think.
System test okay.
Yep, Liv.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo Comanche turns base and final, runway 09, glide approach, traffic Walker River.
65 miles to go. Brakes are released, and we'll lean it out as we start the turnout. You can't taxi down this side. Car flaps open.
Traffic Walker River, Sierra Mike Echo, short final, runway 09, Traffic Walker River.
Brakes back in. I've got a CH yoke. That seems to work fine. Side tacks are pretty good as well. For a cheap yoke. QFA Fabiano, give it another hour and a half, I'd say. Would have been an hour if we were going to Evella by itself. But we have to leave Lake Evella because we can't park a plane over there overnight. Look at that. Oh no, that's Ramingining. Damn. So, AD security controlled airport, overnight parking not available at Lake Evella. Let's go out. Traffic Walker River, and the Lima Tango is entering runway 09 to backtrack.
Traffic Walker River, Fort Australia is crossing runway 09. Traffic Walker River.
Hi there, Tim. I work for the NBN in the office. Normally in the office, now I'm working at home. Coronavirus. But yeah, normally work in the essentially crew scheduling for NBN technicians.
Runway 09 for a low pass, Traffic Walker River, 500 foot.
November 4, 45 X-ray Sierra, crossing runway 09.
Let's get this thing open. First day, like third day. But yeah, most people have been in lockdown since yesterday, so.
Traffic, Walker River, Sierra Mike, Echo Comanche, turns base, runway 09 for a 500 foot load pass, traffic, Walker River.
Project Loom Balloons, apparently.
Traffic, Walker River, Sierra Mike, Echo, final runway 09, 500 foot past the right ascent line, traffic, Walker River.
Traffic.
Traffic Walker River and the Lima Tango is lined up runway 09 to go in about 30 seconds. Mixed to fully rich. Everything buttoned up for the departure. Window closed. Seatbelts are fastened. Flaps set for
Traffic,
takeoff.
Walker River 43 will be lining up for runway 09 once the Bonanza is
Lights are in.
on the roll. Traffic, Walker River.
And trim set. Traffic Walker River and the Lima Tango departing left hand crosswind. Runway 09.
Traffic, Walker River, Sierra Mike, Echo, turns crosswind, runway 09, position for an overhead departure, traffic, Walker River.
Okay, let's get off the ground as fast as we can. There we are. Time to gear up. Gear attracting. Drop the nose a little bit and we'll get 100 knots. Flaps coming up. .500 feet.
Traffic, Walker River 43 is departing runway 09.
Traffic, Walker River, Sierra Mike, Echo, Comanche, over the field, 1900, climbing 2000 for a departure to the northwest, traffic, Walker River.
Traffic, Walker River, November 45 X-ray Sierra, lining up runway 09.
Prop RPM down to 2400. And we're going to climb to 2000 exactly.
November 45 X-ray Sierra, taking off runway 09. Walker River traffic.
Flight director is in. We'll flatten out to maintain 2000. Altitude select. Autopilot on. Check. That mode. Altitude capture. Manifold pressure down to 25. Letting out the mixture. That's overly leaned, push it back in. Yeah, Tim, Vatsim doesn't care what flight simulator you're using. So everyone can see everyone. In fact, one of the people flying at the moment is on X-Plane. To the point that I can't even remember who, because it's irrelevant. Yeah, it's QFA beta, by the way. Sometimes have issues with his radios, apparently. Right, 2 minutes and 2 hours and 9 minutes, 2:09 past the hour. Current time 47. About 20 minutes away from Lake Evella. Maintaining 2000. We're all leaned up. We're good to go. I just need to go and grab something from the oven. I'm cooking some soup currently, and I just need to make sure it's not burning. And we are back. Dinner's going well. About 15 minutes out from our destination. And it's probably time to switch over to the new CTAF frequency. CTAF 127.15. LEV, Lake Evella. A little bit further inland than the last trip, which was up in there somewhere. The Can't homeland. The chart is out of Air Services Australia. So let me get a Air Services Australia /AIP. Agree with the copyright statement. Agree, click on charts. This one is the ERC load number 6. Click on there, and it'll load the full chart of the top end of Australia. We've got from Broome all the way over to Cairns, Townsville. It doesn't show literally every airport, but it does show every what they call licensed airfield, which is in the URSA. So if an airfield's not in here, it won't be in the URSA. Funnily enough, the last airport we just landed at wasn't in the URSA or on the chart. So that's free to use. It's an actual government website as well. That comes from Air Services Australia. I guess Air Services Australia technically isn't the government, but it's, you know, wholly paid for by the government. It's a taxpayer. QF Aviator just lost his sim. That's alright, we crashed our milk run Monday last the other day. Oh, you crashed as in hit the ground rather than had a PC stop on you. That's interesting. Okay, it's time to switch tanks again. Pump is in. There's the other tank. And I'm going to bring some of the fuel on the outer tanks into the inner tanks. There we go. That's where we were on Sunday, Gun. Yeah, it's a little bit of rain. It's not particularly heavy. You can see the gaps in the cloud. So I'd call it showers, scattered showers, that kind of stuff. Yes, it is live weather. The real world weather right now, let's see if I can find it. There it is. That's the real world weather radar at the current moment in this area as well. We're just a little bit further south. Okay, there's Numbulawar. This here is Groote Eylandt, so it's a little bit of like a gap in the shower there. We flew over into, what's that place called again? Thingy River, where it's you know, blue, which is showers. We flew up through this little gap and we are re-entering the shower. It's a little bit heavier up in just to the west of Lake Evella. interesting. I agree, VATSIM does look indeed quite fun. I've got a yoke. So my yoke is a CH. That's why I've decided to stay down at 2,000 feet, because I knew the clouds were sitting at about 2,300, 2,500. So if we stay 500 feet below the clouds, then that should be okay. I wouldn't want to go VFR in that direction currently, because that would be all kinds of bad. Kapulwiljak is the name of the Aboriginal town next to Lake Evella. That's G-A-P-U-W-I-A-K. This place. Population of nearly 1,000. Cool, they have a supermarket up here. Pity we can't stay. That'll be why. Restricted access. Permission to visit is required by law and can be made through the Northern Land Council. No alcohol as usual up in the Northern Territory. Cool. Lake Evella, runway 08 is our arriving runway. We do have a asphalt runway. Elevation 278 feet. Oil temperature way up here at about 80 degrees. "22 miles, time 09 still, and it is currently on the hour." Traffic Lake Evella. India Lima Tango is a Beechcraft Bonanza. 2,000 feet. We are currently 22 miles to the south of Lake Evella. We'll be entering circuit time at 09 from runway 08, Lake Evella. The area is banned from having alcohol. It is the choice of the Aboriginal people that own the land as such, mostly because they feel that Aboriginal people when they're on alcohol in townships where there's not much to do, it can get a little bit, you know, hard to handle. Now I can't do an IFR circuit pattern because there isn't one. Not in this airport anyway. There's no instruments. Let's see what they have in the other thing. Okay. We'll check it here. Procedures available for approach at Lake Evella include none. So it's a VFR or nothing. I believe the either the Northern Territory government or the Australian federal government, because they kind of interact far more than any other state, banned alcohol as a what they call the intervention. I suspect that was during the John Howard era of the 1990s. Basically, there was rife crime in all the little towns up here. People getting murdered all the time. Oh, this aircraft could fly a IFR approach. You can do a ILS approach. You just need to use the approach mode down here, APPR. You need to set up the course using that thing. And you need to chuck in a frequency in the nav, like that, all there. And with that, you could fly an ILS approach down to minimums, but it won't actually do an automatic flare for you. So you need to hand fly some portion of the approach. I am indeed a VATSIM controller. I haven't done it for a very long time, and my current software setup isn't ready. So technically I'm an expired VATSIM controller, but I'd probably be able to come back to VATSIM controlling in about a couple of days if I put my mind to it. Okay, looking at the history of the town here, Gapulyak is the Methodist missionary town and also timber workers. Kind of makes sense that the major industry here is trees. Lots of them.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, position 15 nautical miles to the south. 2,100 feet will be shortly on descent to 1,500 inbound. Estimated time 20, Traffic Lake Evella.
Alright, starting our arrival procedures. It's 10 miles out now. Traffic Lake Evella, India Lima Tango, Beechcraft Bonanza is 2,000 feet, 10 miles to the south of Lake Evella. Entering runway 08 from overhead midfield downwind, and estimated circuit time 09. India Lima Tango. Outer pumps are off. I think we'll keep it on the same tank that we're on. Alrighty, you need to drop 1,000 feet. Going to add a little bit to the mixture, reduce a bit of the manifold pressure down to 20. Autopilot coming off. I'm just going to go ahead and put ourselves to the right of that road there. This isn't the last stop. We need to go to Ramingining. Ramingining. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Ramingining. Okay. Ramingining. We're doing one more stop after Lake Evella, mostly because we can't park the plane at Lake Evella overnight. We can stay there for hours if you wanted to, but we can't stay there overnight.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo Comanche, position 8 nautical miles to the south, descending through 2000 for 1500, inbound, circuit time estimated 15, traffic Lake Evella.
There's the lake. Got the town in sight, and we're just to the north of that. We should be at 1500 to cross over from the dead side. Back up. Traffic Lake Evella, India Lima Tango is at the lake, crossing from the dead side into midfield downwind, runway 08. Traffic Lake Evella. And that there is Lake Evella. That there was the township of Kapilwiak, and just to the north is the airfield of Lake Evella. Traffic Lake Evella, India Lima Tango is overhead the field, turning into midfield downwind, runway 08 in Lima Tango.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo Comanche at 3 nautical miles to the south, overhead the lake, descending through 1400 on the dead side of 1000 from midfield crosswind, join runway 08, traffic Lake Evella.
Okay, at 1000 feet on to the downwind, 100 knots, gear coming down. Low. Flaps 10. Get landing checklist, landing gear down. 3 green. Mr. Fully rich, prop is fully forward. Brakes are released.
Traffic Lake Evella.
Pump is off.
3 is turning downwind, runway 08, traffic Lake Evella.
Seats and harnesses are secure.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo over the field 1000, joining midfield crosswind, runway 08, traffic Lake Evella.
Lake Evella traffic, India Lima Tango turning base, runway 08. Flaps 20. Should we go all the flaps down?
500.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo joins downwind, runway 08, Lake Evella.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Traffic Lake Evella, Fortress 3 turns base, runway 08, traffic Lake Evella.
Traffic Lake Evella, India Lima Tango final, runway 08. bit of a skiddy runway, but it's concrete.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo, turn to base 08, Traffic Lake Evella.
Just made it.
Traffic Lake Evella, Fortress 3 is turning final, runway 08, Traffic Lake Evella.
Traffic Lake Evella, India 11 Tango vacated.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche, turns final 08, Lake Evella.
Traffic Lake Evella,
We'll
Fortress 3
park
is
on that
going
side
now.
of the 172. And we want to spin it around. Brakes are set. Flaps. Yeah, turn these boys off. Okay, let's jump on that and have a look around. Let's forget to fully shut down the throttle. Okay, temporarily just parked the airplane there. Empty it. Cool. So here's Lake Evella. Not much here at the airfield. Just a fence around it. This tiny little structure here. I guess you can stand around and wait for someone. I'm assuming that's a toilet. Place to park a car. Windsock. Light. The water tower's on the top of the hill there. Obvious place for it. It's starting to rain again. I don't even know how you can get out of this airfield. Ah, there we go. Right here. That was an easy spot. Cool. So, standing here, this is probably as close to Lake Evella that we can actually get without having permission to enter the township. So Lake Evella, showing the Gapuyak Community Incorporated, Nullenby. There's a phone contact there to call them on. Security controlled airport, which basically means there's a fence. Overnight parking is not available for aircraft. Vatsim plane tracker, I'm on the Vatastic. I'll be heading off to YRNG, which is Ramingining. The reason we're going over here is because we are allowed to park an aircraft there. Now this Ramingining, I don't have any particularly special scenery for it. We just have what comes with Orbix FTX Australia version 2, which is slightly improved on default. There is a kind of fence around it and there's a little building there. Not much to see, but it's better than nothing. And we won't get arrested for parking an aeroplane here overnight. Or going into the town even. This town, Ramingining, is actually operated by the East Arnhem Regional Council and not its own Aboriginal council like Lake Evella is, or should I say Gapuyak is. So that means we're allowed to, as a member of the public without any special permissions, just randomly show up at Ramingining with an aeroplane and park it there overnight and go into the town and presumably find an inn or a campsite or whatever. There's not much up here. Okay, looking at this, telephones facilities is not available at Ramingining. They have aerodrome lighting, but you have to call them on the phone for that to happen. I'm guessing you'd call them from here. And circuit area, cool, 127.5, and the altitude of the airfield is 200. Well, that's Lake Evella. We might do a circuit of it once we get out of here. Just do a circle of the lake itself, and then I'll head on upwards. Very nice to see the Spitfire doing its thing. There's Mr. X plane over here. You can't see that aircraft. That's part of the scenery. Yes, I do know how to use the top of the sense, even in the GPS GTN 750 that we're using, which is quite a nice feature. Although at the moment we're flying at 2,000 feet high, which means we don't really need it, do we? Alrighty, let's have a look. Turn that on. Close the door. That's about right actually for the altitude. Good stuff. Might be raining, but it's quite warm still. Mixture is fully rich, and we'll call the prop. Clear prop. Thousand RPM. Avionics are in. Taxi lights on. Trim to 3.
System test OK.
Traffic.
YRNG. So flight plan YRNG just give us a bit of a hint. That's where we're going. Could have put, of course, put other airports in there.
500 feet of runway 08, current Lake Villa.
Stepped on.
Yeah, sorry, go again. I think I talked over you. Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche enters runway 08 and backtracking Lake Evella.
Okay, we're pretty much ready. We'll use flaps 10 for this one because the runway is quite skinny. Let's get off the ground as soon as we can. Flaps 10 set. Just gonna close the window now so we don't get too wet. Look at those water droplets kind of vibrating away. No, unfortunately this flight planner comes with this aircraft directly. So other aircraft have different ones or a very similar one, the same one, but not all aircraft have them. The defaults don't have them.
Traffic Lake Villa Fortress 3 is on final for a flyover at 500 feet, Lake Villa.
We're going off to Ramingining, whatever it's called. This place, Ramingining. So we're leaving Lake Evella, going to Ramingining.
Traffic Lake Evella,
Trip
Sierra Mike
is
Echo, big brakes release
54
20
miles.
seconds. Traffic Lake Evella.
The main reason we're going to Ramingining is because you can't hold the aircraft here overnight as part of the laws and bylaws of the Gapuiak community. Nobody can stay here overnight.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo rolls, runway 08 for an overhead departure.
Ideally I would have stayed here because this is actually a better looking airport than Ramingining, but here we go. Let's be a second. Hello. Seems that way.
Traffic Lake Evella, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche will be departing off the downwind leg to the southwest. We're climbing to 2,000 feet from our current 1,700 Lake Evella.
Traffic Lake Evella, India Lima Tango is taxiing runway 08. Lima Tango. Yeah. Traffic Lake Evella, India Lima Tango entering runway 08 to backtrack. Indeed. Yep. Alright, Mr. Fully Rich. Yep. Okay, seatbelts are on and we're going. Traffic Lake Evella, into Lima Tango, departing runway 08, left hand downwind departure. Possibly. Pops up. That's nice. Yeah, we use another piece of software. Depends on your sim. vPilot for us here, so that's the connection client. You have the disconnect button over there. You can file a flight plan. You can change settings, whatever. Also shows what controllers are in range, and you can also text chat over there. Of course, you don't even need that on the screen. As you saw there, I get the notification up in the top corner of the screen over that side. Ah, you're missing one. There's a one called Swift, harder to use, but it works on both X-Plane, Flight Sim X, P3D, various other platforms as well. Xbox certainly works on Mac, and so does what's it called? Swift. Swift is definitely something that works on Mac. I made a big deal about it. Works on Linux as well. Anyway, somewhere during the time that we were taxiing and taking off and making our turn onto downwind, I was on a phone call with my mum, who has just been made redundant starting at the end of the week. So that's going to be interesting. Just very glad that I could work through this coronavirus problem. But yeah, she hasn't been put onto work at home. He's essentially just been told that she's being made redundant at the end of the week. Now she does have loads and loads and loads of holiday leave available. So whether that means they're going to pay that out, I don't know. But yeah, here's a bit of bummer. She was working in the taxi office as a taxi dispatcher, and guess who? The taxis are apparently not an essential service. There you go. Nobody's using a taxi at the moment. No one's going anywhere, and instead of holding on to their employees, they've just decided to sack them all. Oddly enough, they're starting with their full-time staff and they're keeping their casual staff for another week or so. But yeah, Friday, taxi offices in Sydney will no longer have full-time staff. It's going to tighten the budget a bit. Now my mum is very invested in the house that she lives in, so I don't think that she's going to do the smart thing and downsize from a Sydney house. Because if they sold that house that they live in now, I reckon they get $1 million, maybe $1.25 million out of that. They could move out to the country somewhere and live off the, you know, investment. Or they could just rent it out and rent some other place. But I'm not sure that they're emotionally invested into that kind of strategy. So we'll see them kind of struggle along. They've paid the house off. There's no mortgage left on it. They paid it off a decade ago. But at the moment you still have the issue of council rates in Sydney are insane. And of course you still have to live. Speaking of, tank's back on. Cool. $38 miles, almost not even worth putting the autopilot on. We do need to change frequencies though. Ramingining is on 127.5. Okay, Ramingining's runway 09er. When we're flying VFR, that's my usual trick. Remind me of where the runway is. Current time 37, time on station 49. Tim Bennett, I don't believe we can do cross, like being in the same cockpit. It's quite easy enough to be in different aeroplanes and see each other out the window. That's simple. We've been doing that since the 1990s. But controlling the same aircraft, that's probably not going to happen across platforms. In fact, it doesn't even happen across aircraft. So for instance, if I was flying this aeroplane right here, and someone else wanted me to join them in the cockpit of a, I don't know, Comanche, we can't do that. Have to be the exact same aircraft. Some aircraft don't even have the ability to connect cockpits anyway. This being one of them, unfortunately. So even if I wanted someone else and they owned this exact aircraft, they still can't join me in the cockpit over there. That said, there are some aircraft that are designed for it. What's it called? The Dash 8 Q400 that I was flying on Monday. That certainly can do that kind of thing. I've heard the PNDG aeroplane can to a certain extent, not particularly well. And the Mad Dog MD-88 that I sometimes fly has a very good one as well. Oddly enough, the FS Labs A320 doesn't have the ability to share cockpit, but the Aerosoft one does. Now there are a couple of hacky programs that you can kind of put your aircraft inside someone else's essentially and help them fly, but I'm told that things like these navigation programs don't share the data, so you essentially have to enter it in twice. The only thing that you are able to manipulate is your basic six pack and of course the actual flying that you're doing. I'm not sure which that river is. Let's have a look. Zooming in, it would be the Buckingham River. Oh, that's the river that supplies Lake Evella. So they take a ship out of Darwin and they sail up this river until the nearest point to Lake Evella. And then
Traffic,
they'll send their supplies over.
Ramingining. Sierra Mike Echo Comanche, position 15 nautical miles to the east, 2,200 feet. Inbound will be shortly on descent of 1,000 to join the overhead of fuel. Traffic, Ramingining.
I love the pronunciation.
I sound like a two-stroke motorbike.
Yeah. I think it's Ramingining. It's in two, almost like two words, Ramingining. Imagine Ramin is one word and Ginning is a different word.
Just take me to call it Dave's house. I don't know. I just stuck two random words together to make that.
Hey, at about 3:30 this afternoon, I wasn't even expected to come here, so. Then I read the Ursa about Lake Evella not allowing overnight parking, and I went, uh-oh.
All you need is some cash and you can bribe them. Easy.
Yeah, bribing Aborigines is probably hard. It's a 50-50% of them accepting a bribe and another 50% chance of them putting a spear through your leg.
Carry a gun for self-defense then.
That would be conquering a foreign nation. An act of war.
Well, if they tried to spear you, it's self-defense, not an act of war.
Not according to the treaty with the Aborigines up in Northern Territory. Driving them off their land is in fact an act of war.
Trying to land a plane is not an act of war.
That's alright, you just fly away from Lake Evella and go to a place where they do allow you to park overnight. Okay, Ramingining is on the Guide River, G-Y-D-E, which we will see as we approach it. Very windy and bendy river. Yeah, who is in Saramaikoko? I don't know. Go on left main tank. I'm going to switch over to right. Let's do it now. Pump is on. Right tank. And switch it off. Here we are. Gove has CTAF showing a QNH 1009. Same. Wind is pretty bad though, 13 knots, gusting 23. Light showers of rain. So there's a possibility that the wind might have changed direction. Let's check. $14 miles out, time 50, 5 minutes out. Traffic Ramingining, India Lima Tango is a Beechcraft Bonanza at 2,000 feet, tracking from the east of Ramingining, inbound to runway 09 Ramingining. And we estimate circuit time 50.
Traffic Ramingining, whatever it's called. 423 is a Superman Spitfire inbound from the east at 2,200 inbound to runway 09 traffic Roman and estimate circuit time 50 traffic whatever.
Traffic Ramingining, Sierra Mike Echo, Comanche position 3 miles to the south 1,500 for initial pitch runway 09. Traffic Ramingining.
Apparently a small airfield just on the mouth of the river up there. Can't see it. Might be in there. Dirt field though. No need to go there today. It's actually positioning straight into the downwind, so that should be okay. Yeah, on Friday we're going to Menengrida. And we'll decide if we do it on Friday or on Sunday, but we have to get ourselves up to 7 Spirit Bay.
Sierra Mike Echo overhead the field 1500 positioning for initial pitch traffic Ramingining.
I believe we have the airfield in sight. Gonna go full rich and props fully forward. Yeah, after Men and Gridder, we're going off to 7 Spirit Bay. Then to Darwin. From Darwin we'll go to MKT. And from MKT we'll head on down to Catherine, the RWF base. There is the joint RWF base and civilian user base at Tyndall. After that we need to cross over all the way over in towards Western Australia. That's getting a bit ahead of myself.
Ramingining, Sierra Mike Echo at the initial 1500 overhead 09 threshold for the pitch in 5 seconds traffic Ramingining.
Traffic Ramingining, India Lima Tango is joining downwind runway 09.
Traffic Ramingining, Sierra Mike Echo at the pitch, joining base runway 09 traffic Ramingining.
There's the township over there. That there looks like a big chunky hotel-y public kind of building.
Traffic Ramingining, Fortress 3 is downrange 1009 and we're going to extend the distance to, I think that's Trent in front. Traffic Ramingining.
How did you slow down on us? Alrighty, looking at 100 knots and we'll take down the landing gear. Gear down. Landing checklist. B, brakes are released. U, undercarriage is down. M, mixture is fully rich. P for Peter, prop is fully forward. F for fuel, fuel pump is off. I for instrument is set 1009. Seats and harnesses are secure.
Trent might need to speed up a bit. I'm going as slow as I can without stalling.
That's fine, we can do the go around if you want to come in first.
I'll just extend the downwind a bit.
Cool, we'll tighten the downwind a bit. Okay, we're going to aim right at the end of the field and then come back in.
Ramingining, Sierra Mike Echo, clear of all runways, traffic Ramingining.
Flaps 10, and I'll need to slow it down, and in we go. Traffic Ramingining, India Lima Tango, turning base, runway 09. Now, bring all the flaps in as we come around. A lot of instructors will tell you not to move the flaps while you're in a turn, but we're doing a pretty tight circuit at the moment. Traffic Ramingining, India Lima Tango is turning final, runway 09.
Traffic Ramingining, Fortress 3 is turning base, runway 09.
Bit of speed in. Want to keep that speed about 80. So we're over the threshold. I'll drop it now.
And traffic Ramingining Fortress 3 is turning final for runway 09.
Find our way off the runway. There it is. Cool. Much longer runway than I thought. Here we are. Traffic Ramingining, India Lima Tango vacated. Pipes up. Hey, look at that, there's a dude walking around. Pipes are up. Lights are off. Brakes on. Let's shut it down. Thousand RPM, and let's shut it down. There we are. Cool. Right, feed off. Brakes released. And we'll get out and push it back a little. Cool. Parking brake is set, and we can jump on out. Alrighty then. First thing to do will be to shut the door. And put a wheel chock in. A pitot cover. and the tie downs. And there we are. Indy Lima Tango has arrived at Ramingining. We'll be staying here for a couple of days, and on Friday we'll be flying over to Maningrida. Good looking aeroplane. Well, I'm going to call it a night, get myself some dinner, and watch some other people do some YouTube stuff. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this stream. Keep well, keep inside, don't mix with people, and we'll see you on the other side. I have been Mr. Evella. Catch you next time.